Hey you guys, hope everybody's doing good. We're about to head into a weekend. This is Friday the 9th of October, and oh my goodness, it has been such a hot week. Really, it just about killed at least 2 of the 3 rows of cabbages that I just transplanted. So 2 days ago I put fresh new seeds in, and they're sitting right on the irrigation emitters, so hopefully those will all repop back up. I'm not really worried about having to start again from scratch because that was kind of risky. We in Florida, zone 9B, I do a suburban garden setting on a ½ acre. You know, we have a lot of ups and downs with our weather at this point. Our nights are not even below 70 degrees. We did have a few days, almost a week's worth of, those are the dogs, cooler weather when I transplanted them, and I knew it wouldn't last forever, but I just didn't think it would kill it. So anyhow, back to kind of what I was saying before is it's been really hot, and it's been very uninspiring to want to plant a fall garden when it's hot out. And so I found myself working on inside chores a little bit. I worked on the pool, needs a lot of cleaning, and really I'm just trying to appreciate that last week or 2 of being able to get in the pool and keep it nice and clean until the next time I can probably get in it is sometimes February, if we have a really warm February, and then we'll get a cool March, or sometimes I just can't get into March or April. So you know, the pool has to sit for a while and get junk on the bottom. So, you know, and here I am, I can't, called again. Now they're saying mushroom compost won't even be around to the end of December. And it's just not happening this year. So I'm trying to come up with plan Bs. And how am I going to fertilize, and what am I going to do? And I've been looking into Haas Tools has a fertilizing system where you attach it on the front end of your hose near the nozzle, and it's really nice how it just feeds into the lines. So I'm looking into all that stuff because I've got to come up with something else besides compost, which has always done amazing in my yard for me, but it's just not available, not here. Not the main source is in Orlando, and they're out of it, and so nobody here on our coast and probably around Central Florida can do that. So it's pretty much just up to us to have created our own compost or have a backup plan. Of course, I'm going to add a lot of mulch into my garden this year. So it is what it is. And I will say I have all this stuff here. I've learned to put in the irrigation system, and it's going okay. It's just going slower than I wanted it to go, and that is a little frustrating for me to just want to transplant and be done and throw a little spigot on it. But you know how that might cause blight or whatever, disease, bugs, whatever. Some plants just don't like overhead watering, and you know, I've got to figure out something else, and I'm trying to, and it's slow. But again, I sit there, like I wake up at 7 in the morning because that's about when sun is finally starting, you know, you can see out here in the yard, and I'm pouring sweat by 8 o'clock. I'm like dehydrated, and I'm not to complain too much, but it's just, you know, it's slow. I can't stay out here for hours like I want to, and I can't put in a fall garden as fast as I want to. I feel like I'm just having to accept what the weather is giving me and just roll with the punches and be happy with it. I'm not behind. I think that's it. I think what it is that I always feel a little internal clock that I need to plant. I gotta plant. I gotta do this. I gotta do that. I'm a list person to the nth degree. And it's, you know, and maybe Clyde's garden planner says, oh, you should put in beets, or here, you should put in lettuce. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And I do it. And then guess what? We have a hurricane or tropical system, and I got to do it again. And then I feel the panic of being off of a timeline. You know, but it's 90 degrees. And I have to just tell myself, it's really okay, Robin. Just breathe. It'll be okay. Close your eyes at night. Stop thinking of how you're going to run irrigation. Stop thinking about how you're behind. Stop thinking about, the million things you, as gardeners, you can worry and fret about with your garden, your seeds, your germination, your, whatever, companion planting, your dogs tearing it up, the birds getting in it, the squirrels. There's so many things for suburban gardeners as well as commercial gardeners. I don't have, clients and customers, but, I like to see a nice return on all my efforts, the same as anybody else. So anyhow, let me stop babbling on. And I do want to say one thing. So I didn't know this existed. I went today to get more fabric pins to hold down irrigation, and the sweet lady at the feed store sold me on these. It's called Florida Sweet Onions. And even though I have like 250 onions coming from Texas on November 9th, she sold me on these. So we'll see. We'll add these in with all the garlic and the leeks and the red onions and the sweet yellow onions. Those are Texas legends. They call these Florida Sweets. So that's pretty cool. Loofahs are coming in one after another. And I've got a lot of this to do. I've been picking roselle and dehydrating. Ooh, dehydrating a lot. I've been also doing fruit roll-ups and cranberries, things to clean out the freezer of the old last year's vegetables. So there's plenty of stuff to do. There's always stuff, a list this long. So I try not to, I need to stop thinking the list as a 1 hour thing or 1 day, 24-hour cycle thing. And think of it, this is a week thing. So if you have a cloudy day here, do these things. If it's sunny, do this. If it's rainy, do this. If it's hot or cold, that's the kind of list that I really need to be creating. Not I got to get it done in 24 hours or else I'm just going to cry. I'm not, but I've thought about it. Anyhow, without further ado, let's go have a little garden tour, okay? Because I haven't done one, I think, since end of July or something like that. And you guys have seen things along the way, but there's a lot of new subscribers on my channel. So let's just go through garden by garden. This is what was salsa garden. We had a fantastic return of tomatoes and peppers and okra and all that. Last year was my first year in this spot. And in fact, we have a 1/4 acre right here, and this Thanksgiving it'll be our 2-year anniversary of having this opened up with trees, a lot of the palm trees removed, and we had an oak right here, and it was dead and diseased and headed right for the house. So we had to unfortunately have that removed, and we put in a little fire pit here, which we haven't started fires this fall yet. So this is the salsa garden. It was named for that, but I'm thinking of giving it the Cabbage Patch garden name this year. I still have a couple peppers and plants. That one, I broke stuff. But you can see I have suffered heavily with, the cabbages. I lost all of my transplants in the back. And the irrigation is on if you see a drip or two. But man, have I just suffered through. And so this is my Red Acres cabbage that I actually bought in a store, trying to get ahead of the game. And a couple are doing okay, not so great. I don't know, I thought maybe that was a cabbage seed, but it can't be already. So okay, what's going on here is that we are going to we were going to move the coop this winter, and the coop's going to go here. And so when we lost the square footage, we came out a little bit over this way. That's Buddy, my boxer. He's going to be 2 on Sunday. He's also almost 2 years old. So there's nothing over there on this side yet, but it's going to be, I know for sure celery's going to be in a little section, but I'm pretty certain it's going to be like a cabbage. Oh, sorry, excuse me, not cabbage. Cauliflower, broccoli, probably some collards on the outer side, something like that. And the part in the middle you see is loofahs. They're doing okay, hanging in there. I still have plenty enough green ones. And this irrigation's not going yet. I haven't dug it and put them into the... I haven't fixed everything over on this side, just only the first side. Here we go. Here's a loofah that's drying. I peeled it back for a neighbor to see. So, it's much drier than yesterday. I hear seeds in there. Baby loofah. Yeah, more loofah. I don't know. There's several on here. Look at one up here too. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna rip it all out. The red Malabar spinach, let me just tell you, this was fun and not fun. It does grow awesome in our summer heat, and it makes these fantastic little berries that you can dye stuff with. And I asked friends, hey, would you like some berries to dye something with? And they're like, no. So, you know, what am I gonna do with these berries? Nothing. I did eat a bunch of... No, I'm not gonna do it now on these leaves, but because these don't look so as healthy as they did before. But you know, I ate a bunch of it when it was young and fresh, and it's very slimy. I don't think it's worth my time next year to do slimy red Malabar spinach. It was a fun novelty. The loofahs will come back next summer, but yeah. Well, here we go. Here's some red Malabar spinach. That's probably good, but first two leaves were okay. By the third leaf, I was drooping in mucus. It was gross. And the bees just love this. So it'll stay here in order to keep the bees happy every summer. In this corner, of course, like I mentioned earlier, the chickens are going to come on in and they'll have a run going behind. This is a winter Mexican avocado, and it's a type B avocado, and it's just coming a long way for a really young guy. I think he's just around the 2-year-old mark. So he's doing okay. She did bloom this spring, but that's about it. I'm mulching heavily. Right there you see our bunny shavings and poo is what we called last. We couldn't figure out, but we're like, is that the mystery pumpkin? Did not know what it was. And it turns out it looked a lot like a buttercup squash. Well, that was awesome. I ended up, I think, with 17 of them. And it originated on, you know, over by the blue shed, but to the right. And it came all the way down this fence line. It went like about 80 feet, came all the way across here, and then up here. And then that's about where it died in the winter. But a piece remained, and it's been I've let it come out here and have this corner again. Every morning it's loaded with the bees, and I'm so excited because I have my first winter squash, and that'll probably be on here, I'm gonna guess, till about December. I think that's about when I picked the last ones. As far as I know, it's the... Oh, no, I was gonna say it's the only one, but I think I see one back in there. Do you see that? There's probably more in here. But that's all I see right this minute. And there was some poison ivy in there, and I don't want to put my feet in there because I don't have my boots on today. I actually have a nice manicure for the first time in a while. No, pedicure. There's one. Yeah, the bees are all over this. I don't have to do any pollinating. Look at this beautiful, beautiful pineapple. Let's look inside there. Okay, I just wanted to see, because I not only have 2 pineapples, but I have 3 pineapples now. So I'm getting fall pineapples, which is great. I have, oh goodness, what fig was that? A jelly fig. This needs to go in the ground. I think what I'm gonna do is just mow right in here and then stick it right in the ground. This is the acha acha. It needs to also go in the ground. Other than that, it looks good for, you know, being in a pot most of the year. These are my dwarf ever-bearing mulberries. They were little teeny tiny twigs in March of, I think they were shipped to me March of 2019. And they were very tall, and I just now took about 4 feet off of them and kind of made them smaller along the sides too. So I saw that I saw other people were pruning their mulberries, so I thought I better do that too. This is what I call my smoothie garden, and it looks atrocious right now. It's gonna take a serious day of hard labor in here to uncover I believe they're emerald blueberries. There's 3 new ones. There were 6 old high bush blueberries that just never did produce well. And so those are gonna get ripped out. I've been fertilizing in here, which maybe explains why I've had so much grass. And I don't remember if I had I think I had a pineapple in here earlier this year. So it's put a pup out down here, if you can see. Got little vincas that volunteered. I have red roselle behind, which I've been picking. And then I have cranberry hibiscus, which is kind of drooping now. It's getting big. And this was my out of control area. And this is called a climbing oleander. And I describe it like a squid that has like lots of legs, but then it has 2 main tentacles that it just went out like 20 feet. It's kind of scary. But I cut those tentacle thingies out and kind of shaped it a little bit better. So hopefully that'll be all nice and pretty, and we'll get a nice set of blooms on it come March and April and May. And then it dies around that time. Dies back to just greenery. It's a nice plant though. Probably toxic if you have animals that chew plants. This is my Mexican sunflower. As you can see, it just took a hard prune about 5-6 feet, came off of it. I did put it in various places over there on my trellis garden seems to have like toxic ground, especially to certain things. So I was doing my best to just throw it in here to improve some nutrition. These are Caribbean red. There you go. See that? That's my Caribbean red papayas. I don't know that I like papayas or not, but these were just little sticks in July. And they're higher than me. They're probably about 5'5" now. And I think this is also my mystery pumpkin buttercup. So this is a grimachami, and it has never bloomed yet. Also, there's some more Mexican sunflower around the base there. I don't know what makes it happy. It's not happy. If you know, please let me know. Yeah, I don't know. And this area is my trellis garden. You can see there it's composed of 5 16-foot cattle panels, and it's quite overgrown now. I just removed about 4 bins worth of Seminole pumpkin vines off of it. So that was the first step. Now I need to get in here with the lawnmower and weed whacker and see if I can't find some of the original structures again, and main plants. This was supposed to be a little vine, a wall, excuse me, not a vine. It's supposed to be a wall of roselle. 1 survived out of like 6. But I see that I have wild muscadines in here and air potatoes. Yep. So this is Navajo black thornless blackberry, and it did a fall flush of flowers, which was really cool. I wasn't expecting that. I was actually just thinking that it would just be like a springtime event, maybe over the course of 2-3 months as the days got longer. I was not expecting a heading into fall second flush of blooms and now fruit. So I'm really, really excited. Not just for what, you know, handful here. It's still a young plant. It came when the mulberries came in March of 2019. But, you know, it's still growing well. This one is doing excellent in its growth. The Chester thornless blackberry does not seem to like my area or this soil. So I don't know if that'll even stay. I'll leave it, but I don't know that it likes it here. This is Mexican sage with the beautiful purple blooms. I have beautyberry here, but it's kind of a bad place for it to be, so I may just wipe that out. I have, oh yeah, I have beautiful grapevines. This is more like a Thompson grape here. This is, I believe, the green one, and then I have the red one on the second cattle panel right here. You can see all that. That's pretty nice. The green one seems to be doing the best because you can actually see it, like it's traveled all the way across and come all the way to here. So I'm hoping it's just in some really good soil, and I might see something next year. I don't know. Here I have some Everglades cherry tomatoes. I have oregano in this pot. I did lose my thyme, and in here we'll come in with beans. I have some streamline runner beans, and I got some pineapples here and there. I have a what is it called, Mexican cream guava right there. I put in what I thought was Socrates cucumbers, and I don't know what I got. It looks more like a Parisian pickling or something of that nature. But Socrates are one of those kind of cucumber varieties where it's supposed to only produce girls. But as you can see, I have boys. So I believe I got an entire packet of mislabeled seeds. So I don't know what to do about that. Here also is some beautyberry. This one I'm going to leave to kind of fill in the gap here. This is a maypop. Passion flower, but this one hasn't given me a flower yet, but it's nice. As you can see, I'm trying to find things that fill the trellis. That's a bean. This is rattlesnake bean, but again, no blooms. Not sure. Then I have a jumbo. This right here is a jumbo muscadine grape over here, and then I have Summit grape right there next to, it's coming up the left side of this panel. That one's not as happy. The jumbo seems to be real happy over here. And this is a peanut butter tree, just in a container, and it was a little twig also, so it's young. My nasturtiums are coming back in my pot. They reseeded themselves. Over here is Marketmore cucumbers. And we're gonna run out of light. It's time to clean all this up and sweep it again. I really need to clean there. That's good soil under there. Let's see what else. This is a cocktail fruit tree. So the top part of it is ruby red grapefruit, and then there's a bottom section with a Meyer lemon, and when we bought it, it had some fruit on it. This year it dropped all of its fruit, which is fine, so it could concentrate on growing some better roots and stuff. So I'm hoping to have, it's grown quite a bit. I'm really hoping to see a nice bunch of flowers in it this coming spring. Well, January, February, March, you know, all that time. My Seminole pumpkins are still, there's still some vine, but I was actually going to leave it, and I think I'm not now. I think I'm just over it. You ever been there? You're just done with it. I'm a pretty patient person, but I don't like a lot of chaos. I'm trying to be one of those potager gardeners. I have a mixture of roselle, I have roses, I have beautyberry. Down on the end is miracle fruit. But this Seminole pumpkin vine growing over everything is just killing me. I just really want to clean up areas and be able to see borders again. This is a Seminole pumpkin that died and passed out, and now is completely dehydrated. Like I said, this is the red Thompson grape type. This is my moringa, and I was asking a question on one of my permaculture videos, and I took advice and I just totally, you know, chopped it off here. It was a stick. It was ugly, disgusting. I really was concerned if I was doing the right thing, and holy cow, it's just, this is only like 2 or 3 weeks growth. It's just flushed out, beautiful greenery, and plus I have already made powder out of the other. Oh, do you hear those? Cicadas are coming out. I don't have much time left to get to the other parts of the garden. This is a oyster plant. We got to clean all this out. Yeah, I got lots and lots of areas still to be planted for climbing beans and what have you. This, I think I'm just going to take a beautiful set of clippers and just kind of go down and reopen up this archway a little bit. You see, it's absolutely beautiful. It's everything I wanted when I planted the butterfly peas here. I have just 1 or 2 on this side, and then maybe 3 or 4 plants on this side, and of course that gets the sun more. Oh, the blooms are just fantastic, and supposedly brings in a lot of pollinators. I don't stick around long enough to watch that, but it's neat, you know, when people come visit the garden, I could just say, here you go, here's a, you know, a seed pod, and go ahead and take it and plant yourself some butterfly peas. You know, they like leaving with a gift or something like that. On this side, I have a Lady Margaret passion flower, and I got one beautiful bloom off of it, and I know it's all up this side and traveling that way, but I don't see any more blooms in the past month, I would say. So, but that'll be really pretty, don't you think, when you start to see all the blue and then the reds next year? I love that. And then Roselle always has a home over here. It just loves that area. So, oh my goodness. So maybe what we should do, oh wait, let's do one thing. I was gonna be done. I hear people in the front yard. That's the hard thing with being a YouTuber in a suburban setting. But I really, cicadas. Hey, it feels a little bit cooler tonight. That's nice. I want you to see my fall scene, pumpkin scene. Well, without the pumpkins. I'm supposed to get pumpkins today, and I just, like 5 stops later, I just didn't have it in me to make one more stop for pumpkins. But anyhow, all right, let me show you real quick. We are seriously running out of light. I didn't time this very well. I have green zucchini. I've got yellow squash coming, more babies because the other ones died in the heat. I have purple sprouting broccoli. I have a mixture of, oh, see in the back, I got Waltham butternut squash. I got lots and lots more of those coming. And see, snowball cauliflower, red express cabbage. I've got Godzilla broccoli. Seems like I got another green broccoli. Oh, can't think of the variety. And let's see, I don't see any tags. No, all that snow cauliflower and broccoli. I got some red sales lettuce. The celery has not come back up. Oh, dead on cabbage. I do have one more of those. Bellstar broccoli. That's what it is, and it hasn't germinated yet. So, still looking for a home. I got to put the broccoli up. Some, oh, this is so cool. Hold tight. Do you see that? There's blooms on my Aunt Molly's ground cherry. Like, I can't even believe that. It's ridiculous. Over here, I've got Brussels. These were the leftovers. And I did plant some, but I need to replace some that didn't make the transplant. And, oh, I have sweet almond, and I have some more asparagus coming. Yeah, I cut back the asparagus bed. I think you saw that if you saw an earlier video. And I already have them more sprouting up. I did eat a couple. Oh, so anyhow, wow. I think we might have to do a part 2 tour, so I can show you all this other stuff going on. Again, I got my irrigation going, got some lines in. There's a lot of stuff going on. Why do I fret that I don't have enough? I don't know. I can't even fit it into 30 minutes. Maybe it's just because I am really happy that I garden and I love talking about it. So anyhow, thank you guys for watching tonight. Sorry, the cicadas and the dogs, everything was a lot of background noise, but I'll try to come back tomorrow morning and finish part 2 when it's quiet. Okay? Take care. God bless. And I'll see you soon. Good night.